I'm recording this the same day from the last part. Part 80. I think this is going to be the final part for Michiru. And then next we are going to begin on Makina. Wait a minute and welcome, my name is Yuusha Anime and welcome back to Grisaia no Kajitsu or Fruit Grisaia. And speaking of fruit, this time I'm drinking me some peach flavoured fizzy drink. So if you're ready, I probably am ready. Probably need to stop clapping. Yep, that's right. This is a fully legitimate date. Just me to make sure I build up your endurance for later. She told me to plan the date, and I decided on a little short distance sprinting. Listen, the act of running isn't just oh. It's probably a punishment, isn't it? While lunch all concluded, Michiru and I arrive at a certain high spot overlooking the sea, a place that holds many memories for us. Yeah, you haven't turned into anyone else since you came back. Something to celebrate, right? For some reason, it doesn't look like she's entirely convinced of that. Well, she would be paranoid about it. It makes sense. That's weird. Why did that come up? Yeah. Well, what do you mean? Excuse me. Yeah, that's true. Should be alright, I'd imagine. I reach out and wipe the sweat from Michiru's cheeks with a hand towel. We went over this before I buried you. I told the girl straight out that if you regained the courage to live, she probably wouldn't have the chance to come out again. And she told me that was alright with her. She understands that your body belongs to you. There's nothing to feel guilty about. Yeah. You are the real you, not her. That's possible. Oh. The regrets, you mean? Huh? Michiru, my friend, you've only just managed to regain control of yourself. Why go out of the way to... Oh wow. So she's not gonna erase her. She's gonna keep her. That is true. She did look out for you the whole time. She feels gratitude to him. Wow, okay. Okay. A bead of sweat dangling from the tip of her nose, Michiru stares up at me with a serious expression on her face. It takes an effort to keep a wry smile off my face. Even without the pseudo-Cinderly act, this girl's still a real handful. She has completely dropped the act. But compared to forcing herself to act out some character, I suppose it's nice to see her honestly expressing her feelings. Yes! Yes! Alright, if you insist, I'll try calling the girl out. I do have a method in mind. Oh, same one I used with your medicine. In other words, just a little manipulation of your assumptions. Hypnotism time! Oh boy. I set up a simple magic show in Michiru's room. The trick I have in mind, like most magic, amounts to little more than a bit of psychological misdirection. It's physically impossible to produce a coin from nothingness, and of course you can't abruptly make one disappear either. Such illusions are made possible by manipulating your assumptions. A visual distraction leaves you convinced that the magician's carrying nothing, where in fact he's just moving something around where you can't see it. Some magic tricks are so clever. I liked a series called Penn and Teller's Fool Us. I liked watching that because I liked Penn and Teller myself. They're cool magicians in my mind. Everyone knows the basic idea, but it's surprisingly hard to overcome our mind's tendency to fill in the gaps and jump to conclusions. Deliberately planting the wrong idea in someone's head isn't as difficult as it might sound. No, you can easily fool someone without realizing you fooled someone. As Michiru said, I don't think the girl's vanished. She's keeping to herself, that's all. I can't exactly reach in and grab her, so I'll have to trick her out. Oh. The mirror. The only prop is a full-length dressing mirror I had Sachi fetch for us. Didn't take long at all, so I'm guessing she borrowed it from someone's room. Uh-oh. It's probably Yumiko knowing our luck. That's right. This is all we need to pull this off. Alright then, Michiru. Start looking at yourself in the mirror. Keep staring into your own pupils, and don't even think about blinking. Understood? Whoa! Whoa! Oh my... This CG is amazing! Oh wow! This might be my favourite CG out of all of them in Michiru's route so far. This one CG. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's actually pretty amazing. Now stay like this for a few hours. Keep it up and she'll come out eventually, I'm sure of it. You're the one who wanted to make this happen. Can't even put it in a little effort? Oh, damn. Well, no skin off my nose if you want to quit. We gotta be tricking her. Or will she actually come out? Okay, do it quietly. Honestly, I don't have a clue whether staring into her own eyes is actually going to wake up the other girl. That's not really the point of this little exercise, though. But by physically and mentally wearing Michiru out, I'm hoping to get her to a drowsy, half-conscious state where it'll be easier for her alternate self to appear. Ah! Okay, that makes sense. My word should do the rest. Stay focused, Michiru. Should come out any minute now. Just a matter of time. I'm not really convinced of that, but I keep up a constant chorus of firm declarations to the contrary. In other words, I'm forcing the idea that she's definitely going to wake up into Michiru's mind, so then it will encourage her to come out. Hopefully my confident attitude will eventually lead her to the surface. There we go. There it is. All of a sudden, something changes in Michiru's face. It's a truly subtle transformation, but the cast of her eyes seems slightly different. There you are. Finally woke up, eh? Yep, she's here. We're close enough now that just talking like it's a done deal should finish things up. Michiru's unlocked the door, and now I've pushed it open. The girl steps blinking into the light. Oh. Bingo. Knew I could pull this off. Thought that was you. I'm happy to see you again. Oh. She wants you here. Will she actually pop up at all in any of the Grisaia games, this girl? Like, not Michiru herself, but the other Michiru. Now you're talking just the way Michiru was before. Aren't you supposed to have a little more sense than her? Michiru called you here of her own free will. There's nothing wrong with accepting that. Why hold back? She still feels guilty that it's not her body, so why is she taking over it? Alright then, I'll give you a simple question. What are your regrets? Yeah, kokoro no gori. Well then! Jesus! Don't do that! Fuck me! Jesus. Oh, my regrets. Deep inside Michiru nestled inside her heart. I sink into the thought. Why did it turn out like this? Why do I exist inside her? She got run over and... on the way back from... Oh! Time to meet the face cam, I think. Actually, do you know what? The face cam's not in the way. It's fine here. On the way back from school, I was badly hurt in some kind of traffic accident. Till then, I'd lived a very normal life, I think. Normal. I guess so? My grades are pretty decent, although I wasn't an honest student. I did fight with my parents sometimes. Even ran away from home for a day or two every once in a while. Apparently I used to say some mysterious things when I was a little kid, but I grew up, that stopped. But as I grew up, that stopped happening. There was someone I liked, although I'm not sure if it was a love or just a crush. I never expressed those feelings. Didn't really feel the need to. Just watching him from a distance made me happy enough. The girl who does nothing for the person that she likes doesn't go to approach him either. I don't know about doing anything for him, but you know what I mean. Then out of nowhere, the accident brought it all to an end. Am I in a way? Yeah, I'm in a way. Hold on. There we go. I don't know the details myself. I was just walking home after school one day when everything went black. When I came to, I was in the hospital. The sharp smell of antiseptic solution and an off-white ceiling greeted me. My mind was sluggish and fuzzy, but I was awake. Mum, what was Mum doing here? What happened to me? My ears weren't quite working properly. I couldn't hear her voice that clearly. I wanted to ask all sorts of questions, but my voice didn't want to cooperate. Not just that. I couldn't move my body. What was going on? It almost felt like I had been locked up inside a cramped little box. The doctor who hurried into the room at the sound of Mum's voice shone a penlight in my eyes for a while, then shook his head in silence. When she saw that, Mum started to cry. She couldn't move anymore, could she? I didn't understand why she was sobbing so bitterly. I mean, I was perfectly conscious, so I thought I'd recover and be back to my normal life soon enough. But reality was different from what I had imagined. Day after day, Mum sat at my bedside and squeezed my hand. Weeks rolled past, but there wasn't any sign I'd be able to go home anytime soon. Jesus. Yeah, I thought so too. I felt fine, really. Good enough to leave the hospital right away. But even though I was really clear-headed, I still couldn't manage to move even the tip of my tongue. She was completely paralysed. I didn't understand that at all. My mouth was numb and immobile. My throat felt dry sometimes, but I couldn't do anything about it. I wanted to tell Mum how I felt. If I couldn't speak, even moaning would be enough. But my body was completely switched off. Quiet and still as the deserted school building in the middle of the night. My classmates didn't come to visit. No, that's not entirely true. A few days after the accident, a group of girls I'd been friendly with did show up once. But when they got a look at me lying there in my bed, they grimaced. They weren't too obvious about it in front of Mum, but I noticed a subtle change in their attitude. They kept their distance for the whole visit, and it wasn't long before they left. There are some horrible people who will think that you are friends with them, and then you find out they're not. It's a nasty thing to find that out when it happens. As they walked away, I could see one of them mouthing the words, "I hope I never end up like that." Oh, you're charming. After my classmates left, Mum gently stroked my head, as if to reassure me that everything would be alright. I had no way of knowing what had happened to my body or the details of my condition, but from what the girls had said, I could tell it must have been pretty bad. I guess Dad was busy with work since he only came to visit occasionally. Even so, I was happy when he did show up. Aww. But when Dad looked at me, he always had a really scary look in his face. His eyes were empty, completely emotionless. I mean, imagine seeing this as a child. He'd already given up, thinking that she'd get out. For a parent, that's a hard thing to do. The mother, it seems like she was convinced that she was going to get out, even though she probably already knew it wouldn't be possible. And the dad, that's probably why he was so emotionless. Like, what could he do? He was just watching his daughter paralysed. He couldn't do anything. He felt powerless. He looked down at me with the face of a man debating whether to throw away an old can of herbicide from the back of his shed. Probably because he thought you were suffering. Probably. I mean, it's a moral thing, this one. It's a very tough thing. No matter who you are, it's a tough choice.
と呼吸してる。
どうせ明日も同じなんだ。ここに来ても意味ないな。
Oh no, I take back what I said.
そんなこと言わないでください。この子もあなたが来てくれて喜んでるのよ。
That's true.
喜んでいる。
Dad peered down, studying my face. I really was glad to see him, but I didn't have any way of expressing that happiness.
どうだかな。俺のことが見えてるのかしらわからん。
That's stress. That's stress. That's horrid. I can see you just fine. I can hear your voice.
昨日と同じだ。まるで時が止まったみたいだ。
This would eat away at any parents. This would eat away at anyone. Any parents, any friends. It's a harsh one. I love Dad, but I was starting to think he hated me. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He didn't. He didn't. Maybe he used to love me but hate me because of what I've become. No, it wasn't because of what you become. He's become frustrated that he can't even tell if them coming and doing anything. It's probably become too difficult for him to even see his daughter like that, maybe. It's a hard one. It really is a hard one. Not that I even knew what I looked like anymore, honestly. Once a week, Mum would wash my body with a wet cloth. I always loved soaking in the bath, so it wasn't really satisfying by comparison. But since she was doing everything for me now, I didn't exactly have the right to complain. Not that I could have if I wanted to. What really impressed me was the soap she used. It was always slightly fruit scented. Mum knew that I had been secretly buying fruit soaps using my pocket money. She must have looked for them in my room and brought them to the hospital for me. Aww. Oh, that's cute. That's lovely. My feelings about my parents began to change. Mum was nice. Dad was scary. One day they started quarrelling over some trivial thing right next to me. It started when Mum said something about wanting to take the family trips again. Dad got irritated and started shouting at... I can't say much in this. I can't. I don't want to go too that much.
こんな体でどこに行けるって言うんだ。
昔みたいに遊園地に行けたらいいじゃない。
Oh no.
好きだったでしょ。
But she won't be able to do anything.
泣いてたことしか覚えてない。それに車椅子で連れて行くのか。
遊園地に車椅子で来ている人はたくさんいるでしょ。
I don't want to say much to this. I'm just gonna let it play. I'm just gonna play through it.
いいか、この子は他の子供とは違うんだよ。もう一緒にどこかに行くことなんてできないんだ。
The more trips, huh? I didn't know that, Dad.
そんなことまだわからないでしょ。お医者様だって。医者がどうした？もう死んでるようなものなんだ。いいか。
Oh, that's just foul. That's just foul. Oh, that puts a nasty taste in my mouth. Dad strode over to my bedside and violently smacked my cheeks with the palm of his hand.
生きてるか？生きてるなら返事しなさい。パパだぞ。ほら、パパだ。やめて、あなた。
You just smacked your own daughter, mate, while she's in a vegetative state.
こいつには聞こえてやしないんだ。何も分からずにずっとここで眠っているだけだ。ずっと俺たちを縛り付けてるだけだ。
No, no, don't think like that. No, no.
言い方やめて。
That's not the way you go around this.
うるさい。とにかくもう変なこと言うのはよせ。気分が悪い。
To be honest, though, when breakups do happen, sometimes it is about kids, and this could be one that could break up one. Oh man, that's a tough one. Dad swung the door open violently and stalked out. I wanted to tell him he was wrong. I could see everything. I could hear just fine. But it didn't hurt when he slapped me, and I couldn't cry, even when my parents fought bitterly before my eyes. It's your own kid, mate. It's your own kid, and you just... Mum returned to my side and began to gently stroke my head. Yeah, it doesn't help. He's probably working overtime as well. Because in Japan, with overtime and an office job, it can make you ridiculously stressed out. So it makes sense why he's all irritated about everything, but... That's not right. That's not right. Her tone of voice was tender, but even a child like me could understand those words were flimsy makeshift lies. They didn't take me to the toilet, but I wasn't wearing a diaper. Apparently my body had changed past the need for such things. She can't even... Her body was slowly shutting down. Instead, a mess of plastic tubes constantly pumped things into and out of me. Sometimes a nurse would come and replace the tubing. It was agonizingly painful. Like having my stomach cut open by a dull knife. But since I couldn't scream or even shed a tear, they never even knew. Wow. I could see that Mom was getting thinner with every passing day. It wasn't surprising. From dawn until dusk, she was at my side, talking to my emotionless body, reading me books, as if I were a baby again. The doctors stopped by frequently at first, but their visits grew rarer as the weeks stretched into months. Eventually, they stopped coming entirely. A nurse would stop by maybe once a week, mainly for politeness' sake. I began to understand that my life was essentially over. I'd come to an end of myself. I didn't want to trouble Mum anymore. But there wasn't anything I could do to change the situation. This sucks, I tried to say. Naturally, the words didn't leave my mouth. I'm miserable. I tried to cry, but the tears wouldn't come either. This hurts. This is... Oh, God. One night after Mum had gone home, Dad showed up by himself. He stood next to my bed with a steely look in his face. I wanted to ask him what was wrong, but by now I'd stopped even trying to speak. He reached out and put a hand on one of the machines that pumped oxygen. He's probably thinking that he's watching his wife suffer about his daughter, and he's seen it, and it's drove him to do something very, very questionable. Damn. That pumped oxygen went over into my body. It could be shut off easily though if he pressed a few buttons. It probably wouldn't take long for me to die. Dad looked down at me again, his harsh expression faltering. I could see unfathomably deep anguish in his eyes. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't want to do it. He never hated his daughter. I bet you he kept all of that to himself when he was at work. And especially with overtime and other bits and that lot with his wife as well, it must have just drove him to do something. Do you know, I bet you he regrets slapping his daughter in the face. I bet you he regrets that. I didn't have to think twice. Dad, you can turn that machine off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ended up like this. I'm sorry for becoming such a burden to you. Was it my fault? I don't really think so, but the how and why no longer really matter, do they? I'm a millstone around your neck. That's just a fact. So please, go ahead and kill me, Dad. There's nothing to forgive you for. This is what I want. Just kill me. Dad just gave the machine a few light smacks, then turned on his heel and left the room. He couldn't do it, see? He regrets it. He regrets it. He regrets it. Who can kill their own daughter? Who could do that? Especially if it's torturing them. This bit turned really heavy. Why? Why didn't you kill me? I don't want to keep making everyone suffer like this. Please come back. Please kill me. Mum came in the next day. Her eyes were red. She stroked my hair for a long time in silence. Please, Mum, you can stop the machine. Just kill me. There's no point in keeping me alive, is there? Hurry up and end this. Yeah, I think Mum's gonna do it. Mum leaned in to kiss my cheek but lost her balance. Oh! Oh no. She overworked herself. She hadn't been eating, has she? Mum leaned in to kiss my cheek but lost her balance and fell to the floor. After nursing me day in and day out for months, the accumulated fatigue must have finally overwhelmed her. I heard the loud thump of her body striking something hard. It looked as though she had fallen in an awkward way, but the area under the bed was below my field of vision. I was frantic with worry. Had she struck her head? I wanted to scream for help. What can you do like that? Oh, God. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. It was just impossible. It was beyond frustrating. It was torture. pleasant, warm sunlight streamed in through the open window and a gentle breeze stirred the curtains. I could hear the voice of laughing children outside. It was a very peaceful day. The sort that slips easily by before you know it. And as the minutes ticked tranquilly past, Mum lay on the floor in my hospital room. I couldn't see what had happened to her, but she wasn't moving. This can't be happening. Somebody come. Please help. Please. Please. Picturing myself thrashing around in a bed, I tried desperately to squeeze any sound out of my mouth, but it was useless. I sat there still as a stone. More than an hour later, Dad finally arrived. His face a mask of shock. Dad scrambled to my bedside and picked Mum up in his arms. His face was wet with bright red blood. Ooh. Dad carried Mum out of the room, but before he left, he turned over his shoulder and shot me an angry look, as if blaming me for what happened. No, I think he's frustrated knowing that you couldn't let out anything. There's nothing you could have done. I think that's what it is. He knows you couldn't have done anything, but in that moment, he forgot about that. Of course he wouldn't think about it straight away. But you're wrong, Dad. This is your fault. Well, I mean, none of this would have happened if you'd just killed me, would it? Oh. Following the accident, Dad took over the role of my caretaker. He spent the days working on his laptop, never making eye contact with me. But after less than a week of this, the doctor came into my hospital room and began discussing something with Dad. Oh! He wants a part of his daughter to continue living. Dad was clearly distressed, but after brooding for several minutes, he nodded silently. Accepting a pen from the doctor, he slowly signed a number of documents. That night, Dad came right up to my side and watched my face for a long time. There we go. It was the relationship. They were just going to fall to pieces. I wasn't wrong thinking that earlier. I wanted to be wrong, but I wasn't. Yay. Dad didn't take my hand or stroke my head. If this was going to be the last time, I wanted him to touch me even for a moment. He's desperate. He's desperate. Thank you, Dad. Dad stayed by my side until morning. I was really happy. He never hated you. He never did. But in the end, he never held my hand. I think that would have been too much for him. He would have broke, I think, if he did. The next day, an unfamiliar doctor came to my room. He gave me a number of injections, stripped me naked, and carefully inspected my body. Dad stood silently by and watched. Mum wasn't there. At the end, Dad looked down at me and said something, but I couldn't make out the words. I was loaded onto a stretcher and carried to an operating room. My heart was going to be taken out of my body to save someone else. It'd be a lie to say I had no regrets, but that didn't sound so terrible. A lot more appealing than lying around helplessly and making Mum and Dad miserable at least. No matter how badly I wanted to move, my body was still. No matter how much I wanted to speak, I couldn't talk to anyone. I didn't want to exist like that. Shujitsu. Bam. So that was what happened to her before. That day, in that operating room, I think I died once. I see. Alright, time to move myself back up. You ready? There we go. Back up. I see. So then your heart was transplanted into Michiru's body. She remembers her past life, which is quite amazing. That explains why she's so monotone. It's because she was in that state for so long. Of course somebody's tone would go quite dull and... well, a very philosophical way of speaking and that lot, because they've already died. Technically.
私はいつも暗闇の世界にいた。だけど、ミチルに嫌なことが起こると、ステージにスポットライトが当たるように、私に光が差すの。その光を手繰り寄せると、私は彼女の体を動かせることが分かった。
And that was the first time he was able to move
彼
him
女の
forever.
体を動かせると知ったとき、正直これはしてはいけないことだって思った。
She thought it was
だって
taboo.
これは
God damn.
彼女の体だから。
Mm.
もしそれが可能だとしても、知らないふりをしてずっと暗闇で眠っていなければいけないんだって。だけど長い間ずっとベッドで動けなかった私にとって、指を動かす、声を出す、視線をどこかに向けるという行為は快感とも言えるものだった。
It was weird that because I was wondering why I didn't hear fingers, but at the beginning of this sentence I heard it, so I thought maybe it would be on this bit. Okay.
体を自由に動かすことがこんなにも素晴らしいことだなんてわからなかったと思う。
Not surprising that you feel that way, but the body you were moving wasn't actually yours. Someone upstairs has a nasty sense of humor.
ミチルは子供の頃に悲しいことがあってから心を閉ざしているみたいだった。それで彼女が辛い時は代わりに表に出ていろいろなことをした。彼女の人生がうまくいくようにって必死で頑張った。でも正直に言えば単純に動けることが嬉しかっただけかもしれない。
It's understandable why you would think that. I mean, being in that vegetative state for months, and then being able to move.
本当にミチルのことを思えばあんなことをしちゃいけなかったのよ。大きなお世話だった。余計に彼女を傷つけて悩ませてしまっていたものね。
But you never intended that. Not intentionally, exactly. And you did everything you could to ease that pain. Michiru's suffering hurt you
そう
too.
よ、言ったでしょ、私は悪者なんかじゃないのよ。
Yeah, that's right, she did say
純
that.
粋にミチルを助けたかっただけ。
Well, she wants to return the favour. So let's talk about these regrets of yours. By which I mean, what do you want to do?
心残り。
You want to see your mum and dad again, right?
何でも願いが叶うとしたらママとパパに会いたいかな。
I had a feeling that would be what she had wanted. Your parents, eh?
何か一つだけって言うならママとパパ。それでだってどうするわけじゃないけど顔が見たい。
You want to see them. I see. That's your wish, is
で
it?
もそんなの無理に決まってる。私の住んでいた場所は日本じゃない。
Oh.
ここから遠すぎる。
It was America, wasn't
そ
it?
れにこの姿であったとしても私だってわからないでしょ。
That's true. I reach out and squeeze the girl's hand tightly. I can't return you to your original form, but I can take you to your parents. If that's what you want, I'll make that happen. After all, that's what Michiru wants as well.
私が住んでいたのは日本じゃないんだよ。
What about it? Is that supposed to be a problem? The only issue I see here is you're waffling. We don't have to do this if you don't want to, alright? You might regret it later, but it's your choice to make. So, what will it
どう
be?
するって。
You've already made up your mind, haven't you? And you know you have. I'll give you 2 seconds to answer. This is your only chance. Ready?
行く。
There we go. I hadn't even started counting, but whatever. Okay, that was actually kind of cute of her.
私をママとパパのところに連れて行って。顔が見たい。それだけでいいから。
Okay. Understood. Stand by here for 5 minutes.
ちょっと待って。だって5分
Wait, 5 minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes? Holy goodness.
ちょっと。
Dots, more dots, even more dots.
でも無理だよね。だって。
Did he already find them? Did he find out who the donor was?
風見くんってば何を考えているのかしら。私だけならともかくハルデラさんまで巻き込むなんて。
Wait. You would know. You would know.
あなたは学園長？
Tachibana.
そうよ、話は聞きました。ああ、もうあんな言い方されたら私が断れないことする。なんてやつなのかしら。まさかあの弱みをついてくるなんて絶対に許さない。
What did I do? What did I do?
どういうことでしょう。ああ、ごめんなさい。いいから出発の準備をしなさい。 と言っても靴だけ履き替えればいいわよ。パスポートも着替えも必要ないわ。観光じゃないならツアーガイドも必要ないでしょ。
Wait, what? Wait, what?
遊園地にも行きたいなら今回は我慢してね。そこまで楽しめるプランは組めないわ。
Are you related to... Wait, Tachibana, are you related to the girl who had the transplant? Because you mentioned amusement parks.
ちょっと他は出したけど校庭に着陸させるそこの課題今が先々なのに。
God damn it.
Corky?
Corky. Sorry to keep you waiting. Good thing we happen to have some flying around nearby. How'd I do? Was that 5 minutes? Yeah, that's pretty much 5 minutes. With a week at Chisudu, I dragged Michiru out of her room. Of course. Yeah, I'll take responsibility. Where I can, at least. We'll go 50-50 on the rest. Alright, goodness me. Yeah, I'm abusing a few of my powers, aren't I? I bet I am. It's alright. We're going to see your parents. Right now. Oh, yes. Yes, right now. Yes, right now. Once the decision is made, why put off taking action? You agreed to this yourself, remember? What do you mean, but? Come on, no buts, we're going. The only buts is the one you'll give me later. Come on! God damn it, I'm the worst. Before the girl can continue her sputtering objections, I cover her eyes with my hand. Just trust me, alright? Yeah, just trust me. America's not so far as all that. Thinking back once we're there, it'll feel like we only left 3 seconds ago. Allow me to demonstrate. 3, 2, 1. Is this breaking the fourth wall? This music. This music. What is this music? Is that a banjo? Is this really her parents' house? That we are. How was that? Blink of an eye, right? I placed a sales call to your house on the ride over. A woman answered the phone, so probably home. Incidentally, they don't seem to have any plans to purchase high quality carpets. Wait, what? Oh. I'd have a bit of a guilty conscience if she asked for a free sample or something, but that wasn't how it happened. No harm done, right? I keep up my conversation with Yuji-kun, but most of it goes in one ear and out the other. This is the town I grew up in, a street I return to every day. The very smell of the air brings back a flood of memories. And although it's a little dirtier than I remembered it, this is definitely my house. We'll be going back in time for dinner. You came this far, so don't hesitate. Get going. Oh wow, this is going to be really weird. This is going to be really weird. How would one explain this? I take my sweet time just getting to the porch. After a few hesitant moments, I reach up and put my finger on the doorbell. But I can't bring myself to press it. Minutes slide by as I stand there like a statue. I consider having Yuji-kun ring the bell at my place, but that would defeat the point of this visit. Yeah, you need to do it. Even so, the tiny plastic button in front of me looks like some enormous intimidating gong. The sort of thing you'd hang by the gate to hell. Damn. Come on. Yuji, make her press it. Maybe. I can't do this. Maybe I'll just give up and crawl back in failure. Oh, okay, count to 3, come on. Oh. I spin around to find myself face to face with Mum. Wasn't she supposed to be inside the house? Oh, but I guess you can see the front door pretty clearly from the garden, since I was standing out here this whole time. Maybe she thought I was some kind of suspicious character. She used to drive off door-to-door salesmen like this every once in a while when I was a kid, come to think of it. Can't say I expected her to be keeping that up at this age. Bemusement, shock, hesitation, and happiness swell up in me all at once, fusing into an unidentified mass of emotion.
おや、あらあら、ごめんなさい。
Aww.
さっきセールスの電話があったからそいつかと思っちゃって。
いえ、その
こんな場所にお客さんなんて珍しい。さあ、
She's
中
inviting
に
us
入
straight
ってお
in.
くれ。
Wow.
いえ、もうここで失礼します。
何か用があってきたんだろう。
Hmm.
ほら、いいからおいでよ。
はい。
あんた、よく見たら美人さんだね。お母さんに似たのかしら。
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
早くしないとコヨーテが出るよ。
Coyotes.
あんたみたいなちっちゃい子はパクリだよ。
Alright, I didn't know if there was any. Actually, no, there are coyotes in America. What am I thinking? I was thinking of dingoes for some reason.
はい。
Was that a dingo ate my baby joke there?
どうせおばちゃんの一人暮らしだからね。遠慮することはないよ。
Oh, is the dad passed away?
一人暮らし。
Oh. Whoa. Mum bustles into the kitchen and makes tea for me. It's her special black blend with honey and ginger. When I was a kid, I really loved this stuff. I remember asking for so many refills that she'd get
いただ
mad.
きます。
おや、どうかしたかい？お口に合わない？
いえ、美味しいです、とても。
There's got to be a wave of nostalgia right like that.
それはよかったわ。何杯でも飲んでいってね。
Mom smiles at me like a child. The tea definitely isn't bad, but the flavouring's a little too sweet for me now. Are the ingredients different? Does this tongue work differently than mine? Or did I just grow up? Don't know. Glancing around the room, I noticed how spare? I thought it had been sparse. Okay. And empty it is. A small twinge of something like loneliness strikes me. It's the sort of melancholy you might feel when walking a scrawny old dog on a rainy day.
いや、旦那さんはいらっしゃらないんですか？
ああ、お父ちゃんかい？そうだね。
Oh.
行くときは急なもんさ。去年死んじまってね。それから私一人で暮らしてるよ。家族で過ごしてたときは狭い狭いって文句を言ってたけど一人になるとこんなに広いんだね。
That's a
持
bit
て余
sad.
しちゃうよ。
Mum chuckles at her own joke, but I know how much she loved Dad. She has to be forcing
ご
herself.
家族は旦那さんだけだったんですか？
ああ、娘がいたよ。とっても可愛くて優しい子でね。生きてたらあんたと同じくらいなはずさ。その子がいなくなってからお父ちゃんは一人
Yeah, there we
だ
go.
ったみたいに仕事に没頭してね。
Tried to keep himself busy.
過労でぽっくりさ。
Cuddle. He probably died from overwork. Karoshi. Oh, that's rough.
何かで気持ちを紛らわせていないと耐えられなかったんだろうね。もちろん私だって同じ気持ちだった。そりゃ白髪も増えるわけだよ。
そうなんですか。寂しいです。
She's not gonna say it, is she? She's not gonna say it. Mum answers that I was, her voice like a sigh.
そりゃ寂しいさ。だけどね、お父ちゃんも娘も心の中でしっかり生きてるからね。だ
That's
か
sweet.
ら私は一人じゃないんだよ。ここで一緒なのさ。ここでね。
That's cute. Thumping her own chest, Mum smiles brightly at me. Not knowing what to say, I just sip my tea.
こんなことをお伺いするのも失礼かと思いますが。
I forced a question out of my mouth. Feels like leaping headfirst into Niagara Falls. I thought that was going to be a Japanese word for a second. Niagara
娘
Falls.
さんと旦那さんは仲良かったんですか？
仲そりゃいいに決まってるよ。親子だものね。この子ったら変なこと言うね。そうだ、せっかくだからいいもの見せてあげるよ。
Oh. Mum leaves the room but returns only a moment later. There's a string of worn-out old paper cranes in her
こ
hands.
れね
She made
娘
1,000
が入院
cranes.
した時にお父ちゃんが徹夜で作ったのよ。
I knew he didn't hate his daughter. I knew it. I knew it. I knew he didn't.
それなのに
Make
あの人
1,000 cranes to make a
渡
wish.
す時になったら恥ずかしいって言ってね。シャイだったんだね、あんな顔してまったく。まだ物置にたくさんあるよ。
There it is. The 1,000
千羽鶴
cranes.
だなんて日本的だしロマンティックだね。
Yep.
でももう何年も前の話だよ。
I touched the cranes with the tips of my fingers. The paper's damp and a little mouldy. Even so, my heart fills up with warmth. Just imagining my stern-faced dad hunched over a table making origami makes me want to laugh. Not his style at all.
私もお父ちゃんも娘のことを心から愛していたよ。救ってやれなくて本当に申し訳ないと思ってる。夢みたいなことをね、バカみたいなことって分かってるけど、
Oh.
もしももう一度あの子に会えるなら謝りたいよ。親なのに子供を最後まで守ってやれなくてごめんってね。幸せにしてやれなくてごめんって。
That's years right there coming out. That's years of living with the guilt.
ちゃんと愛してやれなくてごめんって。ダメな親でごめんねって。ごめん。
Watching Mum struggle on the brink of tears, I'm overcome by the need to do something. Anything. I reach out and take her hand in mine. She's surprised for a moment, but soon gently squeezed back. Her hands wrinkled and dry, but still just as warm and as comforting as I remember.
私がこんなこと言うのも変だけど、きっと娘さんは幸せだったと思います。だってこんなに愛されているじゃないですか。謝るなんてそんなの変です。
Don't say it's not about you. All of a sudden there's a thick lump at the bottom of my throat that the words can't find their way past. Mum leans over and begins thumping me softly in the back.
私、なんて言えばいいのか。でも謝ることなんてないと。
Mum's stroking my hair just like she used to, but the tears won't stop.
あんたは優しい子だね。ありがとう。そう思うと少し楽になるよ。
And with that, the flow of words stops entirely. I throw myself into Mum's arms, bawling like a baby. She seems a little taken aback, but gently embraces me. In the end, I can't do a
ごめん
thing.
なさい。私、失礼させていただきます。
My voice twisted beyond recognition. I somehow managed to croak out the words.
何か用事があったんじゃないのかい。ごめんね。私があんな話しちまったばかりに。
Come on, say something. It takes everything I have just to shake my head. It's not your fault, Mum. None of this is. I'm the only one who needs to apologise. There are so many things I want to say, but I can't get any of it across. I don't want to leave like this, but the words won't come. Even though I might never see her again, even though this might be the very last time I hear her voice, all I can do is
そ
cry.
れじゃあね、気をつけて帰るんだよ。
Come on, at least say one more thing. Mum, Come on. The words just won't come. It's no good.
実は私、娘さんのお友達だったんです。
She put
そ
on
れ
the
で
act.
ここに来たんです。泣いてしまってごめんなさい。でも会えてよかったです。
My mouth's moving all by itself. Speaking for me. But it's not unpleasant. I know Michiru must be doing this for me. Yeah, that's Michiru, alright.
おや、そうかい。あの子のお友達かい。だったら早くそう言ってくれればよかったのに。
Mom smiles. Something like relief in her eyes, and my mouth keeps on moving.
私、まだおばさまとお話ししたいことたくさんあります。涼しいお願いかもしれませんが、お手紙送ってもいいですか？
おやおや、
Aww.
もちろんだともさ。
Aww.
時間がたっぷり余ってるからね。
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
うちにはパソコンがないけど、それでもいいかい？
Oh, yeah,
今時の子は
that'll be
ペン
alright.
で手紙を書くなんてことをしないんだろ。
ちゃんと書きます。だから待っててください。必ず送りますから。
ありがとうね。住所はガーディナ。
大丈夫、分かってますから。
そうか。
それでは失礼します。また。
Oh, Michiru. Michiru, you champ.
ああ、またね。
Oh.
気をつけて帰るんだよ。
Mum petted my head one last time. I thought I'd never see her again, but Yuucha brought me to her. I thought our relationship would end with this one visit, but Michiru helped me. I wanted to thank them, but the only things that came out of my mouth were weird. Strangled little sounds. On the road outside the house, after making sure Mum wasn't watching, I cried my heart out.
大丈夫。これでいいんだよ。
She was conscious of it the whole time. She's conscious of it. She was watching this time. Michiru reassured me. Yuucha stroked my head many times, just like Mum had. The familiar smell of my hometown and the scent of kind-hearted friends mingled together in a pleasant, comforting breeze that seemed to be blowing from the future. I'm pretty sure it was America where this girl was. A high place. I think this is the end right now, guys. Final chapter. Final parts. Let's do this. And so, a curtain falls on the story of two peculiar girls. The girl who shut herself up inside a box and waited for the rescue is gone. Michiru's come to understand that she's the only one who can save herself. Of course, people can't live alone. We need to help others. But what really matters is finding our own road and the strength of will to walk with it. Human beings don't have wings on their backs. We have no choice but to make our way forward on the two legs we are given. Life is just a long series of such small steps. There are plenty of things still undone. Plenty of problems still unresolved, but that's inevitable anyway. Wouldn't wrapping things up too neatly be a little boring? True. From now on, Michiru and I will be dealing with the problems that come our way together. The world isn't so complicated. We walk forward and you'll find a future. Turn back and you'll find your memories. Cut off a piece and you've got a story. This is just one small part of one such tale. That's a hell of a way to word it, and it's a beautiful way of wording it. True enough. I can understand why you love this place so much. I see. However, I would be remiss not to mention that particularly thorny difficulty has arisen in the aftermath of this incident. Am I to blame for this? Is Michiru or perhaps the other girl? I don't know. I wouldn't mind taking the time for a thorough analysis of the matter. But in any case, I'm currently at my wit's end.
ねえユージ君、それよりさ、もっと違う場所行かない？ハンバーガー屋さんとか。
Hamburger yasan. Okay.
ちょっと待ってよ、出てこないでよね。
Oh!
今私はユージとデートしてるの。わかる？
They're both in love with him. Okay, both of them are in love with him.
人の邪魔はしないって約束でしょ。だからおとなしくしてなさいってば。
It's gonna look like now. It's gonna look like she's got Tourette's.
だって君のセンス悪いんだもん。かといってさ、ユージ君に任せると走ってばっかりだし。本当にバランス悪いよね、二人とも。
God damn it.
そんな指摘しなくていいのに。
Damn.
ねえ、ユージ、この場所退屈
？Well, I suppose boring would be one way to describe it, yes.
だから先に言ってよね。他の場所にしたのに。
Okay, that's funny. Well, the location doesn't matter. Anywhere's fun when I'm with you. Smooth. And she got the weird laugh on again.
何浮かれてんの？ユージ君は口がうまいからお世辞に決まってるでしょ。嘘！そうなのユージ。じゃないわよ。何よその疑問って意味わかんない。やだの。
Oh, birds just flew by. As you can see, both personalities are now capable of emerging at the same time. A nasty side effect of my improvised hypnotism, perhaps. Probably. But now, they both don't have to worry about blackouts, that's the thing. And I think they both don't mind either. I think neither of them mind. They were more alike than I would have thought. But I was wrong about one thing with this. I actually thought that her best friend's heart was in her body, not this girl from another country. So I was wrong. I'll admit it, I was wrong. But you know what? I'm kind of glad they done it like this. Then again, apparently Michiru took over the conversation for the girl on our visit to California. So maybe that's what did it. Whatever the case may be, there's no change in the fact that this is a major pain in the ass.
だってさ、あんたなんて私が大事にしてた宝物の中身あっさりしてるしさ。
All the rocks you
ひ
mean.
どかったじゃない。君も捨ててって言ったからでしょ。
Oh yeah, she did.
本当は捨ててないよ。部屋の天井裏を見てごらん。ちゃんとあるから。
Oh.
そうなの？
Of course she couldn't chuck him away.
そうだよ。私は昔から大事なものは屋根裏に隠しておく癖があるんです。みたいに考えなしに捨てたりしないの。
You mean all the magazines and that lot in the manga?
そんなしっかりしてるアピールしてるけど、お母さんを前にして何も言えなかった。
Oh, low blow.
そりゃそうでしょ。あの時は緊張してたし。でも手伝ってくれてありがとうね。
Mm. They don't hate each other.
そんな急に素直にお礼を言われると、まあ
Michiru looks up at the sky, her expression slightly
で
bashful.
もさ、なんていうの？今度また会いに行こうよ。私もあのお母さんのこと好きだし、優しそうな顔してるし。何にしろ、あんたがいなかったら私は今生きてないかもしれない。そのお礼も兼ねてね。それまでに私消えちゃったりしてね。ダメ！それはダメ。これからはずっと一緒にいよう。
Hey, there it is. There it
わから
is.
ないけど、こ
Aww.
の体に二人の心が残ってる。
When you promote split personality disorder. I'm just making that as a joke. It doesn't mean I actually think that, alright?
この
Goodness
体
me.
は
Don't get mad at me.
私だけのもので
It's just a joke.
あんただけのものではない。
Damn, I need to
こ
bring
れ
my
は
washing
二
or
人の
something.
もの。これからは私が助けられるばっかりじゃなくて、あんたのことを助けてあげるからね。待ってなさい。
Michiru jams out a finger to emphasize the point, but with nowhere in particular to aim at, she ends up pointing at herself.
だって、
Oh.
ほら、あんたは私の
Ah. Oh, that's cute. Oh. Oh.
ま
Okay, that's the best way to do that. That's the best way.
私がいなきゃダメでしょうね。何その言い方。おーい。君がしっかりするまでちゃんと私が助けてあげるから大丈夫。君の真似なら得意だからね。
She is pretty good at that.
何よ。あんたに私のこのスーパーナチュラルツンデレができるっていうの？
Oh, she's reverted back to the Sidway. Abort, guys, abort.
できるわよ。簡単。
Oh
今やって
no.
みせましょうか。
Oh.
じゃあ、ユージ君。
The conversation seems to have taken a highly problematic turn. I'd like to pretend I hadn't heard, but that's not a realistic option right now. Instead, I grunt out a reluctant half-groan of a response. Yes?
今からツンデレするから、どっちがやったか当ててね。
Yeah, understood. Shouldn't be a problem.
わかる？ちゃんと見分ける
Oh god, this is going to be difficult. Actually, no, you two will be able to figure it out. Of course. Enough with the dramatic build-up, just do it already.
わかった。いくね。せーの。あんたのことなんて大好きなんだからね。
Okay, I don't have a damn clue. Michiru stares intently at my face, her eyes filled with confident expectation. God knows what's going to happen to me if I get this wrong. Left with no alternative, I pull out the trump card. I love you too. There we go, it's the real Michiru. After a moment of bewilderment, a big grin spread across her face.
嬉しいです。
There we go. No telling how long this drink will keep working. Had to figure out something before she catches on.
だからユージ君の口のうまさにごまかされてる。
She is right! On that one.
ちょっとユージ、それ本当だったら許さないんだからね。
Oh. Oh, hello. Okay, this is different. Hello. This is the ending. Hey! There we go. Michiru is finished. Yes. That cat. Oh, Nyamiru. Ah. Everyday lifestyle. Oh. This is a cute song. Do you know what my thoughts on this route right here? I loved it. I love this route. I noticed one thing in comparison to the other routes when you compare Amane's. Amane's one went especially into the future, like heavily, and emphasized the like if she deserves to be happy. That was the whole theme of her one, but that was through her lifetime, and on the other girls, it's not that long. Like, not that long a time span. Doesn't mean it's bad, but I can understand why people would easily say it's the best one, because it goes more on the futuristic and more on the heavy emphasis of the feeling of being free and being happy. I get it. But I think that's why it has a stronger effect over these ones, because that time span isn't as long. Doesn't mean it's bad, it just means that I've noticed it. But I'm loving them. I'm loving the routes, and there's 2 left. And then we are going to be going on to the Labyrinth of Grisaia, which I can't wait to do as well. But damn. There we go. I'm loving this ending song. It's so different from the rest. It's really Michiru. Like, that's what it feels like. I'm trying to see if I can understand the lyrics. Okay. It's just very cute and fluffy. I like it. Shogin. Yeah, you can't reset everything, so she's going to continue with it. Oh, okay. That's cute. This one's so creative in comparison to the other ones, except for Armone's one was probably the most creative, and it had the largest effect on me. Armone's one obviously had the largest effect on me. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. But it doesn't mean any of them are any worse or any better or anything like that. They are all amazing. But now let's end off this route with a bang. This is going to be the last bit right now.
こんにちは。お元気ですか？先日は突然お伺いして申し訳ありませんでした。急な訪問なのに快く私を迎え入れてくれたことを深く感謝しています。娘さんはおばさまのことをとても愛していたと思います。もちろん旦那さんのこともです。でも年頃になると恥ずかしくて、そういったことが面と向かって言えなくなる時期があるのです。それはおばさまも経験があるでしょ。
She's writing it herself.
私にはいつもご両親への感謝の気持ちを話してくれていましたよ。
Do you know that makes me happy that she's still got the contact part? That makes me happy. That makes me happy.
娘さんはこんなことを
I hope there was more with the mother, and there is.
パパとママに手を引かれていった遊園地が忘れられないと。
You're about to make this poor elderly lady cry.
とてもカラフルな世界で、みんなが心の底から笑っていた。甘いポップコーンの香りと空に飛んでいく風船の鮮やかな赤。
Yeah, you're just proving that you're the friend,
近づいてきたキャラクターが大きくて怖くて泣いてしまったりとか、疲れてパパの背中で眠ってしまったこととか、お土産のチョコのクランチを帰りの車の中で全部食べてしまって叱られたこととか、その全部が宝物だと愛しそうに話してくれました。子供と大人の間の時期は感謝を素直に伝えることに抵抗があります。だけどそこから遠く離れてしまうと、自分のいた場所がどれだけ大切でどれだけ幸せだったかということが痛いほどわかるのです。ここからは私のお話です。私は今優しいお友達や素敵な恋人と一緒にいて、 みんなに囲まれて幸せに暮らしています。おばさまとは遠く離れているけど、私にとって私の世界を構成する大事なお友達のうちの一人なんです。お友達だなんて言って気を悪くしたらごめんなさい。でも本当そうなんです。今娘さんとおばさまは遠く離れた場所にいるけれど、きっとおばさまのことを忘れたことは一日もないと思います。そして娘さんは今幸せに暮らしていると思います。長くなってしまったのでこの辺りで今回はおしまいにしておきます。またお手紙を書いていいですか？まだまだ話したいことがたくさんあります。
That's a great way to stay in contact with your mother on that one.
もし退屈な時間があったら私にお手紙を書いてください。おばさまがどんな風に暮らしているのかすごく興味があります。それではまた。日本より愛を込めて。確かによく書けてるけどルール違反じゃない？今日は私とユージのデートでしょ。あんたお休みなのに。
うふ。
わかってるってば。でもどうしても今日中に書き上げておきたかったから。
Just imagine. Like, I can imagine this. Maybe it happens in a late Grisaia. But imagine this Michiru talking to all the other girls as she is, so that they know there's two Michirus. Like, imagine if they figured that out.
ロスタイム扱いしてもいいわよ。
ん？
でもちょっと聞きたいんですけど、この素敵な恋人って誰のこと？
Oh, she getting jealous.
ユージじゃないよね。
Oh?
君の恋人は私の恋人じゃないの？
I mean, you ain't wrong.
なわけないでしょ。ユージは私の恋人なのに。そうですか。
そうですか。そうですか。
なにその含みのある感じ。別に。
Hey, you gotta move on in there. Don't be late unless you feel like running again.
ほらほら、今の聞いた？もし走ることになったらあんたがやりなさいよね。わかった。あとは封をするだけだから、私はもう寝るから封して送っておいてね。絶対わかってるわよ。
Yeah, just do it. Just like.
はい、おやすみおやすみ。おやすみなさい。
I can hear her closing her eyes and sinking into sleep. Since we accepted each other, we've picked up a bunch of new tricks like this. Hey, so they're actually learning to get along instead of being worried about the other. Wow, it's like they've got a special power now, like a superpower. These days I can feel her moving inside me. Well then, well, that's a hell of an explanation bit right there. Hello. 3 minutes until scheduled time of assembly. I'm going to make you both run. By the way, timelines is a group responsibility. Oh. Oh, mutual punishment. I take the envelope and begin to fold the letter. Then pause, grab a pen and scratch a few lines at the very bottom of the page. For some reason I remember the way she hid my treasures. When I slid the corner tile free from the dorm room ceiling, my diaries and photos came tumbling down, along with my treasure rocks maybe. My patience is at its end. I'm leaving you behind. Next time get moving 5 minutes before you think you need to.
おばさまがどんな風に暮らしているのかすごく興味があります。
Oh, it actually
それでは
reached
ま
her.
た日本より愛を込めて。
Oh, it actually reached her. That's wholesome as
あら
hell.
あら、あの子ったら本当に
あらあら
親切ね。こんなおばさんの相手してくれるなんて。追伸？急に字が汚くなってるけど、どうしたのかしら。娘さんの部屋が昔と同じままだとしたら天井裏を探してみてください。何かあるかもしれません。
Michiru, you are a freaking champion.
天井裏？
Oh my god, Michiru, you're a champion. You are a champion. Michiru, oh my god.
おやおや、これはまた
Oh, my heart just grew 10 sizes. I'm sorry. Oh, wow. That nearly made me cry then. Oh, there's no image for this. Don't worry, it's not the actual vid. It's like in the game, there's nothing. I can't see anything. That's weird. That's weird that I can't see anything. Is that a problem with the game? It's so weird. I actually can't see anything. Damn, though. That is adorable. It's so weird that I can't see anything. I hope it's not because I'm on, like, OBS or something like that and I can't see it. I hope it's not that. Because I heard something, so something must have happened. But I can't tell. Yeah. I bet you it's because I was on OBS. I bet you it's because I was on OBS. Hold on 1 second. I bet you there's one extra CG. No, that's it. Okay. That was weird. Why did it cut out there? Ah, well. But there we go. We've done the Michiru route. It is over, guys. Michiru's route is forever done. Woo-wee. Okay. That makes me happy. That made me happy. That last picture. God damn. Whew. But next, guys, it is indeed Machina's turn. Machina's going to be the next route, so I hope to see you guys in the next episode where we begin Machina's route officially. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want any more from me. And I shall see you in the next video. So, guys, I'll indeed see you in the next route. Whoo-wee. Let's see how this goes, shall we? Oh my, I loved that route. I loved it. I loved it. I love all the routes so far. I hope it keeps on going on like this.